Hey everyone, it's me Giovanni, and today, I just want to say first, that, I made a video of playing High School Simulator 2018 as El Gerudo, without me talking, especially since there was a rainstorm and you can hear it in the background of the video. I made that video because, I was, bored and the power wasn't working. So, yeah. Anyway, um, so, so, I, I remembered looking at a picture or, or watching a video and seeing an 1890s dress. It, it has puff sleeves and a like high upturned collar. And I was like, you know, there's a dress that's similar to that historical dress. And that being Princess Peach. Now, I love Super Mario. I love almost all of the characters, and I like Princess Peach. I also really like her dress. And considering that I thought about the 1890s, it kind of reminded me of Princess Peach's dress. And I was like, you know, actually, at first, I thought about Pauline, how Donkey Kong was originally inspired by the 1930s, like King Kong and Popeyes. Like Popeye the Sailor Man. And I also wanted to look at some certain stuff, like if like certain things that Pauline wears is accurate to the 1930s, like her dress and her shoes. I tried to search up her something similar to her dress, because her dress, like, the straps are tied in back in a bow on her neck. Which I didn't realize until yesterday. Now, I searched up when were Mary Janes invented, and in 1904. I mean, go figure. They're a really cute shoe. But what about Mary Jane heels? Well, it's not directly stated anywhere. There is something. Modern, chunky heeled Mary Jane shoes, the family of Prince Oscar of Persia in 1925. Okay. That's, at least questionable enough. As you can see from this picture, Pauline specifically have the straps of her dress tied in a bow in the back on her neck. Now, I try to search up whatever time period, especially the 1930s, and considering that this version of her was first stated in 1994 for the Game Boy of Donkey Kong, it in a way makes sense, but the bow, I don't know, but I like it anyways. It's fine, I'll let it pass. I found some 2000 formal dresses and vintage 90s. They're basically prom dress-like gowns. Now, I'm not complaining. I mean, I feel like you just don't have to wear it just for prom. You can just wear it every day. And that's what Pauline's doing. So. And I also want to say this, that her character model in the original Donkey Kong and Pinball, she's wearing this like dress that's sort of like 1930s coats. And considering that Donkey Kong, like I said, was originally based on the 1930s, like King Kong and Popeye the Sailor Man, it makes sense. And if I would have placed Donkey Kong in the time period, if it was just a standalone game and not and if the Super Mario Bros. Weren't involved, and that the Super Mario Bros. Took place completely separate from the Donkey Kong game, especially since people used to make a theory about Jumpman not being Mario and instead being like Mario's father or grandfather, and in a way it does make sense. It does in a way make sense, but Jumpman and Mario are actually the same person, so no. But if it was, then Donkey Kong would specifically take place in the 1930s. And I'm okay with that. But as for Princess Peach, and I would also include Princess Daisy, because their dresses are very similar. I found this picture on Sleeve Shifts of the 1890s historical sewing, and as you can see here, from these two pictures, one of them on the right have a woman with a dress with short puff sleeves and a high collar with, I'm pretty sure those are white opera gloves. And a picture that I found on Tumblr where it's a 1890s dress for Princess Peach. 4 of them, actually. And considering that Princess Peach's dress has some puff sleeves, a high collar, and opera gloves, and a little brooch, I would safely say that, yeah, the 1890s. And same with Princess Daisy. For Pauline, her dress would mostly, of course, be inspired be based on the 1930s or 1990s, but specifically the 1990s, even though I would mostly say the 1930s. For Princess Peach and Princess Daisy, obviously the 1890s. And I just want to say that as for Rosalina, I'm not sure how to place her exact dress in a specific time period, but vaguely the medieval times, mostly around probably the 12th century, if I had to be brutally honest about it, due to the sleeves, the length of the dress, and the neckline. Now, I just want to say that, considering that one of the Koopelings, Ludwig von Koopa, is based off of Ludwig van Beethoven, I looked up when did Beethoven compose some music like Midnight Sonata. And it was during the early 1800s. And I would feel like Princess Peach and Princess Daisy would dress in the 1890s, meanwhile the Koopelings and Bowser and Bowser Jr. and the Koopelings would probably dress, if they actually wore clothes, then they would purposely dress like the early 1800s. I'm not sure, but that's just my personal opinion. As for Mario and Pauline, obviously vaguely the 1930s. Considering that I looked it up about carpenter's uniform and overalls and a baker's boy cap did exist during that time. And actually, wait. Oh my god. Mid to late 1890s. Okay, that's fine. Oh my god. That's interesting. So, Super Mario history, everyone. Princess Peach and Princess Daisy's dresses, the 1890s. Rosalina, the medieval times, specifically the 12th century, I think. Pauline and Mario, the 1930s, but for Mario, also the 1890s. And as for Bowser and his family, probably the early 1800s, if I had to be honest about that. I mean, I'm sorry if this video might have been weird or just awkward, but that's all that I have for this video today. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.